Hello, good morning. The today's class we are learning about web technology. Now, under the web technologies, we are focusing about the Servlet technology. What is Servlet? Servlet can be described in many ways. We can describe the Servlet in many ways depending upon the context. Servlet is a technology which is used to create the web application. The main usage of Servlet for creating the web application purpose, we are learning the Servlet technology. If you want to design or if you want to develop the Servlet application, the Servlet application we are designing with the help of Servlet API. Under the Servlet API that provides many interfaces and classes including the document. Means under the API it can consist two packages will be there, Java x.servlet and Java x.servlet.htpp. With the help of these two packages we can develop the Servlet application. Why we are developing the Servlet application means for communicating the server purpose we needed the servlet. Servlet is an interface. Servlet is not a class. Servlet is an interface that must be implemented from the creating the any servlet. If you want to develop the any servlet application, Servlet application can be developed by using three ways. The first scenario by using Servlet interface, by using the generic Servlet class is an abstract class. Next we are having HTTP Servlet. Now the generic Servlet class and HTTP Servlet class they derived from the Servlet interface only. We can see in the brief when we are going for the designing the application. Servlet is a class that extends the capabilities of servers and responds to the incoming requests. Means the main usage of the servlet it responds it responds to the incoming the request. It can be response to the any request. Means under the servlets under the we are having the web components will be there. That web component when we are deployed under the server side it creates the dynamic web page. This is the main usage of servlet. Now before the servlet we are having the CGI we can learn. Then next we are going for what is web application. Web application is an application accessible from the web. Means this web application we can access from the web. Web application is composed of the web component like under the web component like servlet, JSP, filters, etc. So many things will be there. Web components, so many components. According to your syllabus, we are learning only for the two components. One is servlet technology and JSP technologies. Then other elements such as we are already you learned the client side application, hypertext markup language and cascading style sheets and the JavaScript you learn about the client side application the first and second third units. Then if you want to design your web application we needed these components. What are the components we needed? Servlet technology required, JSP technology required, then we needed the client side languages or markup languages and we needed HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Then web component typically execute under the web server. Then when we are designing with the help of these components then we should execute under the web server. Then only we can call as a web application. We are executing with the help of the protocol HTTP request protocol. Before going to the servlet, first they implemented the CGI, Common Gateway Interface. Before the servlets, they implemented the CGI. In the CGI, we are having the drawbacks. That is the purpose we are going for the servlets. Means maybe they can ask for the 2 marks. What is difference between CGI and servlet? CGI means is a common gateway interface. CGI also it is a technology, Servlet also technology. CGI technology enables the web servers to call the external program. Each and every time we should write extra program for passing the HTTP request information to external program to process the request. For each request, it will start the new process under the CGI. It is a major drawback under the CGI. We should write the extra source code. These CGI they develop with the help of C and C++ with the help of the libraries. Then if you are giving the request, each request it will start the new process. This is the drawback under the CGI. Now if you want to see the diagram under the CGI, when you are giving the request, we are giving as a 3 requests from the server side, then it is processing 3 process of the CGI cells. Means the cell it is considered as a process, then with the help of your CGI program. Means here the process load it is increasing. If the process load is increasing means the performance is not good. If you are seeing the disadvantages under the CGI, there are the many problems under the CGI technologies. If the number of clients increases, means if n number of users are n number of users, when are giving to the request to the server, it will take them more time for sending the response. It is a major drawback under the CGI. If the number of clients is increased, if the number of users is increased, when they are sending the request to the server, the servers it will take them more time for sending the response to the client. Is a major drawback, the first drawback under the CGI. For each request, it will start the new process under the CGI. Web server is a limit to start the process. Under the web servers, we cannot start a number of processes under the web container or web server. Means we can start only for little bits process only it will start under the web server. Coming to the third disadvantages, it uses the platform dependent. It is not independent. Based on the language, it is depending. That is the purpose. CGI is a dependent languages like C, C++, Perl. These are the drawbacks under the CGI technology. That is the purpose we are going for Servlet technology. If you are going to the Servlet, under Servlet, if you are giving the n number of requests, the processor load will be the very less. Under the Servlet, under the web container, we are having the thread scenario will be there. Under the CGI, thread scenario will be not there. It is a processor will be there. This is a major drawback under the CGI. Under the Servlets, under the web container, we are having the JVM Java virtual machine will be there. Threads will be there. Then we are having the Servlet application inside your web container. Now if you want to see what are the major features under the Servlet, what are the major features under the Servlet, the major features means best performance is the major feature or advantages under the Servlet, because it is creating the thread for each request, not for process. The main advantages or the main features under the Servlet is the best performance. Next we are having the portability will be there. Portability means it is uses Java language. We can run anywhere. The application we can run the anywhere. It is not a platform dependent. It is a platform independent. It is not dependent. It is independent. We can run anywhere. It is a portability. Then it is a robust. Means inside your web container or Servlet container, JVM will be there. Inside the web container only, Java Virtual Machine Manager will be there. Servlets will be there. So we did not need to worry about the memory leakage or the garbage collections, etc. The major usage is the robust. Robust means it is strong. Means it will not destroy. Next, coming to under the Servlets, where the secure will be there. If you are using the Java language, secure will be there. If you are using as a C, means it is not a secure. Means these drawbacks will be there under the CGI. These are the advantages under the Servlets. Now if you want to see what are the major difference between CGI and Servlet. Web container creates the threads under the handling the multiple requests of the servlet. Means if you are giving the multiple n number of requests to the n number of requests to the server, then the threads it is benefit with the help of the thread benefits over the processing such a way that it shares the common memory area. Means it is creating the one common memory area based on the your multiple requests. It is creating means it having the light weighted, the cost of communication between the threads are very low. The advantages of servlet, just now you see the best performance, portability, robust, secure. These are the main advantages or the main features under the servlets. 2 marks is very important. What are the major features under the servlets? What are the major difference between the CG and servlets? Now, one more important topic we are having for the 2 marks, difference between dynamic website and the static website. For the 2 marks, for your theory exam purpose, for university theory exam, they can ask the question what is different between static website and the dynamic website. Static websites means if the page will be loaded every time, rebuild the content is same every time in the page is loaded. Static means the content never will be changed, it will not modify. Coming to the dynamic website, the content is generated quickly and changes is regularly based on your request. Changes is occurring under the dynamic website. Static website content is not modified, it will be the rebuilded or free. What is the content is there based on the request, that content only it will be displayed. Coming to the dynamic means changes will be occur under the content. The major difference between the static and the dynamic. Then under the static websites, it uses the HTML code for developing the website. Means according to your first unit HTML, with the help of the HTML, when you are designing the pages, web pages, then we can call as a static web page. If you want to design the dynamic web pages, under the dynamic web pages, we are using the server side languages such as PHP, Servlet, Java server page, ASP.NET, etc. According to your syllabus, just we are using for the server side technologies or server side languages, Servlets and JSP we are using for developing the website, dynamic website. It sends exactly same the response for every request. Means based on your request, it sends a response every request. It may generate the different HTML for the each of the requests. Means under the dynamic based on your request, it will send the different HTML. So HTML document of the request. The content is only changes when the someone published and update the file. Means when you are changing the content, someone may be the updated, then only it will be the changes occur under static web pages. Coming to the dynamic web pages, the contain the server side code which allows the servers to generate the unique content when the page is loaded. The flexibility is the main advantages of the static web page. The content management system is the main advantages of the dynamic web page. The major difference between the static and the dynamic. Now coming to next, we are going for Servlet API. Last class you learned about the API. What is the API? API means it can consist as a document. API is a software or application. Under that application, it can consist classes and interfaces will be there. Similar way, here we are having as a Servlet API. Servlet API, under the Servlet API, we are having the two packages will be there, javax.servlet and javax.servlet.htp package. Under this API document, it can consist only two packages will be there, javax.servlet, javax.servlet.htp, two packages will be there. Package means it can consist collection of classes and interfaces. This collection of classes and interfaces is available under the Servlet API. Now if you are going for javax.servlet package, contains the many interfaces and classes. that are used by the servlet or web container. These classes and the classes and the interfaces we are using at the time of we are designing the servlet application purpose. They are not specific to any protocol. Java X.Servlet, Java X.Servlet, they are not too specific to any protocol. Coming to here, the specific protocol will be the Java X.Servlet.http. Here we are having the HTTP request protocol will be there. Coming to under Java X.Servlet.http package consists interface and classes that responsible for the HTTP request only. What are the interfaces will be there under the Java X.Servlet.package? There are so many interfaces will be there. Java X.Servlet interface. The first one we are having servlet interface. So according to your syllabus, we needed the sum of the only interfaces. I mentioned the maybe the 10 to 15 interfaces. We needed only for some interfaces. Servlet is the interface. Servlet request is the interface. Servlet response is the interface. Request dispatcher is the interface we needed. Then servlet config is the interface. Servlet context is the interface. Filter is the interface. Filter config is the interface. Filter change is the interface. Means according to your syllabus, just I needed only for servlet request, servlet interface, servlet request, servlet response, request dispatcher, servlet config, servlet context, then filter config change. Filter config change is not required, is not there in your syllabus. If they are asking for the 5 marks, explain about the servlet API means at the time we should remember more than 5 or 10 to interfaces. If you remember, we can write in the theory exam. Now, with the help of this interface, among the interface, if you want to design the application, servlet application, we needed the servlet interface. With the help of the servlet interface only, we are developing the servlet application. Now coming to the request and response, these two are the parameters, these two interfaces will be there under the service method. When you are going for the servlet life cycle, under the servlet life cycle we are having the major 5 methods will be there. Among the 5 methods, 3 methods are very important. Init method, service method, destroy method will be there. Under the service method, it will hold the 2 parameters, servlet request and servlet response. Coming to the servlet config means, at the time of your deploying the web application under the server side, based on the servlet program, it is creating the servlet config object. Coming to the servlet context means for the multiple servlet programs, if you want to create the unique one object, at the time you should use as a servlet context interface. Now coming to the classes, what are the classes will be there under the Java X.Servlet.package? So many classes will be there. Generic servlet class. Generic servlet class is an abstract class. The generic servlet class is implemented with the help of servlet interface. I want to show the properly in the command prompt. Then coming to, we are having servlet input stream will be there, servlet output stream will be there, servlet exception will be there, so many will be there the classes. Just we needed only for one class we required for if you want to design the application, servlet application with the help of generic servlet class, we needed this class is required. Servlet input stream, servlet output stream, servlet request wrapper, servlet response wrapper, servlet request event, servlet context event, servlet request attribute event, servlet context attribute event, servlet exception, unavailable exception. Under the servlet program, we are having the exception will be there, servlet exception is there. Now coming to, if you are going for next package, Java X.Servlet.http package. Under this package, it can consist collection of classes and interfaces will be there. Here, what are the interfaces will be there means HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response interface, HTTP session. 3 interfaces is enough according to your syllabus. HTTP servlet request interface, HTTP servlet response interface, HTTP session interface. Session interface when it is needed means for handling the session purpose at the time we needed the HTTP session. Coming to the HTTP session listen, HTTP session listener, HTTP session attribute listener, HTTP session binding listener, HTTP session action listener. These interfaces will be there. These are the predefined interfaces will be there available under the Java x.servlet.http package. Now, if you are going for the classes under the Java x.servlet.http package, just we needed only for the two classes for designing your web application, for designing your cookie class purpose. We are having HTTP servlet is a class. It is not an interface. If you want to design the servlet, application, the servlet application we can develop with the help of servlet interface. We can develop with the help of generic servlet class. The generic servlet class is available under the Java x.servlet.package. Under that package, generic servlet class is an abstract class. It is not a normal class. Coming to the third scenario, if you want to develop the servlet application, the servlet application we can develop with the help of HTTP servlet class. HTTP servlet class is available under the Java x.servlet.http. Now, these are the two classes is very important for designing your web application under your servlet technology. Next, we are going for the life cycle. The life cycle of the servlet life cycle. Actually, this life cycle it is working according to the servlet interface. Under the servlet interface, it can consist only the abstract methods will be there. Under the servlet interface, we are having the 5 methods. These 5 methods of init method, service method, destroy method, get servlet config, get servlet info. These are the 5 methods will be there. Based on these 5 methods, we can explain about servlet life cycle. This servlet program inside your web container, how it is executing, how it is loading, then how it is creating the instance object. We are not creating the object for your servlet program. The servlet web container itself only it is creating the object with the help of servlet config. Then coming to the inside your init method, when you are giving the request, to the server, then at the time of it is loading your the servlet program, init method is executing. Under the init method, the servlet config object will be there. The next we are having the service method, then we are having the destroy method will be there. If you are going for the servlet life cycle, we are having the 5 stages will be there. First, it is loading the servlet class. Under the web container, first it load your servlet application or servlet class. After loading the servlet class, then it is creating the servlet instance. The servlet instance is creating the object with the help of servlet config. Here, inside your web container, JVM will be there. JVM it will read your servlet program, your Java program. The Java program you design with the help of the servlet. No. At the time of it is loading under the server, then the threads will be executed. Then with the help of the instance, it is creating the object. Then it will execute the init method. Init method is execute at the time of it is loading your servlet application. Based on your request, then your service method will be executed under the server side. Means if I am giving the multiple time request to the server, multiple times your service method will be executed under the server side. Then when it is destroying your application means when you are closing your server prompt, then your servlet application, the servlet class will be the destroyed. This is the 5 stages under the life cycle of the servlet program. If you want to see the diagram, under the diagram we are having the loading the servlet, the first stage. Under the first stage, it is loading the servlet class, then it is creating the servlet instance, then it is creating the init method. According to my points in the diagram, what it is doing under the first stage, it is loading your servlet class. After loading it is a servlet class, it is creating for the servlet instance. After creating the servlet instance, then it is executing the init method. Based on your servlet class, then it is creating the servlet config object. Then after creating the config object, then it will execute for the initialization. Init method means it is the initialization. Under the init method, we are passing as a servlet config object. Coming to the second, under the ready stage, service method will be there. Under the service method, we are having the two parameters will be there. Servlet request will be there, servlet response will be there. When you are sending the request to the server, when you are sending the request to the server is receiving with the help of under the service, two objects will be there. One request object and another is response object will be there. The request object based on the client, the request is handling. After handling, it is performing the action under the server side. Again, the server should send the response to the client with the help of HTTP response. It is sending the response to the client in the format of text or maybe the HTML format. Then the final, it is destroy will be there. Now, according to the diagram, there are the three stages will be there: new, ready, and stage. This is the new stage, ready stage, end stage will be there according to the diagram. Servlet is a new stage. If the servlet instance is created, after invoking the init method, servlet comes into the ready state. The ready state, the servlet performs all the tasks. If the web container is invoking the destroy method, it shifts the end of the stage. Now coming to the servlet class. Class loader is responsible to load the servlet class. This class loader is available under the JVM, under Java Virtual Machine. Under the Java Virtual Machine, class loader will be there. This class loader, what is he doing? It is loading your servlet class. After loading the servlet class, then the first request from the first servlet, it is received by the web container. Means based on your web.xml file, it will receive. Then it is going for instance. Web container create the instance for the servlets. After loading the servlet class, servlet instance is created only the once a servlet life cycle. Servlet instance is created only the once. Means if you are having the only one servlet class, then it is creating the only one object. If you are having the 10 servlet classes, then it is create the 10 servlet objects, 10 servlet instance. Then coming to the init method, the web container calls the init method only the once. Multiple times will not call the init method. Multiple times will be executed the service method based on your multiple requests. Under the init method, we are having as a servlet config object. This init method is throwing the exception is servlet exception. Init method is used to initialize the servlet. The lifecycle of the method java x.servlet.servlet interface. Init method is available under the servlet interface. Then coming to the service method, the service method also available under the java x.servlet. Under the servlet interface, we are having the service method. The service method you can consider servlet request and the servlet response. This service method, it is showing the exception, servlet exception and IO exception. Why we are taking as a IO exception means, if you want to send the response to the client, at the time we needed the print writer class. The print writer class, for the print writer class, we are having this method, it is throwing the exception, IO exception. That is the purpose we are passing the two exception. Destroy already we learn. This is life cycle of your servlet life cycle is very very important for your theory exam. Next class we are seeing how you want to develop the servlet simple application by using servlet interface, abstract class, generic servlet class, then HTTP servlet class. Now if you want to see, I'm going back here. Then actually I installed the Apache Tomcat in this system. program files, Apache, Tomcat. Then we are having, under the lib we are having Servlet API jar file will be there. I am copying this Servlet API jar file, copy, then go to your folder. Actually I am created the folder under E. Under E I am creating the new folder. Under CSS, I am creating the new folder. I am creating the new folder. The new folder name is Servlet example. Servlet examples. Actually, we needed the jar file. Jar file. Now I am opening the command prompt. Now I am opening the command prompt cmd. Now, when you are opening the command prompt, now I am setting the class path for your under the API. API can consist classes and interfaces. See here, where it is there your Servlet API means under E directory, then CD, then CSS, then CD change directory, Servlet example, then I am setting the class path. I am setting the set class path Servlet API dot jar. Now I am checking your profile. According to your profile, Java P, Java X dot servlet. So Java X dot servlet dot servlet is a interface. Servlet is a interface or the class. We can see its internal and external command from not from. Actually, I written the Java P, Java X dot servlet dot servlet. Set class path, set class path, Servlet API jar, Java P, Java X, Java X dot servlet dot servlet means set path. Once we can see path is not Java C means for your system the path is not set. Set path set path equals to C colon program files JDK Java JDK then bin. Your system path is not set. Now I am setting the path. Now path is set. Now set class path. Set class path Servlet API jar Java P Java X dot servlet is a package name Servlet. Now see here, Servlet is a interface. Servlet is a interface. See here. Now according to this API, Servlet API jar file it can consist so many packages will be there. Java attu. Jar means it's a Java attu. Compile from servlet.java. Public interface Java x dot servlet means servlet is a interface, is a predefined interface. It is not user. Now with the help of this servlet interface, now we are designing the application. Now under the under the servlet, what are the methods will be there? Servlet it can consist abstract methods. Abstract methods. For the abstract method body will be not there. It is ending with the semicolon. Coming to the init method, the init method it is throwing the servlet exception. For the init method it is passing the servlet config. Servlet config also it is an interface. If you want to see servlet config, see here, public interface java x dot servlet config is an interface. Config means it is creating the object for your servlet. At the time of it is loading under the server side, under the class loader, when it is loading the servlet class, then it is creating the instance. For your servlet class, it is creating the instance. How it is creating the instance means with the help of your servlet config object. Then this init method, then it's going for the initialization state. Means this init method it is throwing the servlet exception. Then coming to next we are having as a get servlet config. Get servlet config method will be there. This get servlet config method return type is servlet config interface. Then we are having the service method. Under the service method, two parameters will be there. Java x dot servlet request, Java x dot servlet response. It throws servlet exception and IO exception. Coming to we are having get servlet info. It is giving the information who designed this application. Then we are having the destroy method. In the next class, briefly we can see each and every. See here, maybe I said servlet application can be designed in three ways. Java P, Java X dot, servlet dot, generic servlet. Generic servlet is a class. Generic servlet is a class, is an abstract class. Public abstract. Before the class name is an abstract. Abstract class also it can consist abstract methods. The generic servlet class is implemented from where they implemented. It is implemented from your servlet config and the serialization interface, then servlet interface. With the help of three interfaces, they implemented the generic servlet class. Servlet is an interface. Servlet config is an interface. Serializable is an interface. Serializable is available under the IO package. Means by using these three interfaces, they implemented the generic servlet class. Then we are having one more, Java P, Java X dot, servlet dot, servlet dot, HTTP dot. Then we are having HTTP servlet. HTTP servlet. See here, under the Java X dot servlet dot HTTP, under this package, HTTP servlet is a class. Public abstract class Java X dot servlet dot HTTP servlet. HTTP servlet also it is an abstract class. Then with the help of your generic class, generic servlet class, the generic servlet class is an abstract class. For both the abstract classes, we can use the extend keyword. Both the interfaces, we can use the extend keyword. Means with the help of your generic servlet class, they implemented the which class? HTTP servlet class. Under this class also methods will be there. By using these three cases, we can develop. The simple way is HTTP. All methods are overridden under the HTTP servlet class. Thank you. In the next class, we can see about the simple servlet application.